It's 1 o'clock in the morning and we're waiting for my antipsychotics to kick in. That's good shit. Fucking Red Bull. I will tell you, one thing that sucks ass about being my age is people begin to question things. And, in my world, there's such a lunacy, there's such a, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like people on the outside don't understand, so they're like, people like my mom, for example, she usually only says this when she's been drinking, but to me it's hilarious, because she's always like, we'll be having a conversation on the phone, and then just randomly out of nowhere she's like, "Are you gay?" And I'm like, "No." "Are you sure?" And she does this to me all the time. And then I'll explain to her that I just hate everybody equally, and I just hate everybody so much. And she'll be like, "It's okay if you are, I just want to know." And I thought about making a skit where my mom hires a private investigator to follow me around to figure out if I'm gay or not. And this private investigator follows me to a shopping center or something. And I'm blasting fucking death metal when I pull up. My fucking mirrors are shaking. And I shut the truck off and I just fall out of the truck, and there's all these soda cans and shit that spill out all over the place. And some chick looks over at all the commotion that's going on, and I'm laying down on the ground and I see her staring, and I'm like, "What are you looking at, you fat early bitch?" And then my mom sees that on video. Oh, dude. I don't know. It's fun. Whatever. Most of the people my age have been through a divorce, and their entire life has been destroyed. And I was fortunate that I wasn't one of them. That's the way that I look at that. Because it would have happened. It absolutely would have fucking happened to me. That's just the way the world is. But I definitely tell that it bothers her. It's just the selection at my age is, I don't know, fellas. I know there's people like, "What are you talking about? There's so many hot ones." It'd be great if any one of them were single, but they're not. And if they're telling you they're single, they're probably not. This whole fucking world's just fucked. But I don't know. I have Red Bull and I have my knives. I'm happy. I keep telling myself I need to take my fucking rings off when I flip, because I feel like I'm gonna fuck them up. I mean, they're already scratched anyway. But I keep forgetting to do that. I think we need to get into the skits. You know, because there's a lot of fucking like horrible, god awful things that I want to do. That I think would be fucking hilarious. But, you know, time will tell. Time will tell what I will do about that. Oh, Jesus. It's like 1:30 in the morning. And I go through this basically every weekend. I'll find some kind of a way to just completely fuck my sleeping schedule up. And you know, I just never get back around to a normal sleeping schedule, and then Monday comes and I'm fucking tired. And I come home and I'm so tired I can't go to sleep. And then Tuesday and Wednesday roll around and, you know, I'll be basically not even human at that point, you know, not able to distinguish between reality and delusions. And then, you know, I'll come home and then I'll wake up and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck happened? And this happens like every single week to me. What the fuck did I do? How did I get here? But anyhow, this Seroquel does a good job. It really does. It's certainly leveled me out, I'd say. It's nice to have clarity, for sure. But anyway, I think what I'll do is jump off here. It's just kind of a short live. I don't know. I gotta like figure some shit out. I keep looking at these knives that I want to do videos on. And now actually might be the perfect fucking timing to start one. And you guys remember the video that I was making? There's like a series that I was making about my K-bar boot knife. So one of the reasons why I was putting that in the inside of my left boot is because when you're sitting down at a table, men, we don't cross our legs the way that women do. We cross our legs by putting a foot on one of our knees. It doesn't matter if you put it on your right side or your left side. You can do this either way. But when you're sitting across the table from somebody and you put your leg up, what are you putting in between you and the person you're speaking with? And it's literally right there in your lap. You know what I mean? And nobody has any idea that it's there. So that's kind of one of the things. I don't know. I know I lay off the whole K-bar bit and then go into some of the Microtech stuff that I haven't done. Like I still haven't done a review on the Glycon, which debuted in 2022, and it's 2026. So, you know, I need to make a fucking video. And maybe the 0452, the zero tolerance that I have. Originally, I wasn't going to make a video on that because it's like, all it is a zero tolerance 0452 with a custom anode job. There's really nothing special about that knife other than it looks pretty. And then I was like, you know, a lot of people are complaining about the direction that zero tolerance is going with their new knives. And I'm walking into a world that I'm not really familiar with zero tolerance. I mean, I've known them. I've known about them for a long time. Was my first one you're gonna laugh at me when I say this, but I think the name of it was 0456. It was a titanium handled one that was super fat. I bought 2 of those for $99. And then I sold one of them for like 120. So I basically had a free knife. And then later on in life, I shouldn't have done it, but I think I traded that other one towards something that I wanted. I couldn't remember what it was, but now they're fucking $500 a piece, dude. Like, there's so much shit that if I would have just, not been a douche and kept, especially in the condition that I usually keep my knives in, I know how to pick them. I always had an eye for that type of shit. But anyway, so I don't know. Maybe I'll do. I got a new Microtech MSI. For those of you that didn't see the video, I lost my fucking black one. I've completely given up trying to look for that thing. This little bastard here, I swear to God. This fucking MSI, and I know this is the polymer version. It's nothing fancy. These aren't really expensive. But losing the black handled one that I had fucking crushed me. It was, and it wasn't about the money. It was about like the vision that I had for this thing. I have to start all over again, basically, with a brand new one. Right? Oh. My pills are starting to kick in. So, basically, you can rest your thumb on the pocket clip and pull the ram lock back, and it will open way easier. Or you can just avoid the ram lock altogether and just squeeze it and then open it like that. And that's one thing that I didn't get to discuss in the other video about my other MSI. But the MSI standing for Microtech Standard Issue. The black one that I had, it was just, the pictures that I was taking with that was beautiful. Even though that this is like one of the cheapest knives that Microtech has to offer, I guess beauty of it was unparalleled compared to knives that are 3 or 4 times the price of that knife. No matter what photograph I took of that knife, it always came out looking amazing. So that black one was kind of special to me, and I have done everything. I have looked everywhere for that fucker. I remember, for some fucking reason, the maintenance people had to come in or something, and I was stuffing shotguns into like vents, and I was doing weird things. I hadn't slept in like 4 days, and I specifically remember coming across a hiding spot, and I told myself, this hiding spot is so good, you better remember this because you will never find it again. I have no idea where that hiding spot was. I've tore this house apart. I have fucking looked everywhere. I've looked in cushions and pillows. I've looked in the freezer. I've dipped my hand into this tub of birdseed that I have in my freezer. When you buy birdseed from the store, you don't know where it came from. You don't know what kind of pest control the bird store has. So in order to avoid your birds from getting mites, which cause a lot of damage to them, you store the food in the freezer, and the cold atmosphere of the freezer will kill the mites. And I thought to myself, actually it would be kind of genius for me to put a knife in a big tub of birdseed, because if somebody's going to rob the place blind, they're not going to be sticking their hands through birdseed. Fuck no, they're going to be flipping over refrigerators and kicking couches over and cutting shit in half and breaking windows and shit. So that way if the maintenance people come in and they try to steal something from me, they might get 1 or 2 things, but they're not getting everything, right? Unfortunately, the hiding spot was so good. I have yet to figure out where the fuck I put it. I have no idea. At this point, I'm just considering it as a loss. People are like, oh, you'll find it. I really don't think I will, because I specifically remember telling myself, dude, you need to like take a picture or like a video of where you're putting this, because you will never find this again. If you forget where you're put, like, and I can't even remember what was in my hands. I don't even know if it was a Microtech MSI. I have so many fucking knives. I have no idea what it was that I hid where or where everything's at. I'm just now coming around to finding things and, you know, exploring and all this other shit. Anyway, so we're gonna head off. I think my pills are starting to kick in. And then I'll catch y'all later. I fucking hate all you. All right. Peace.